All right, guys. The Pro Bowl happened this past Sunday, and it was a relatively low-scoring game for the Pro Bowl. The Team Rice won 22-21 in the lowest-scoring Pro Bowl, and I believe it was maybe about 6 years. And they won on an 8-point touchdown with under 2 minutes to go. Tolbert ran in the 2-point conversion to give them the edge. And all right, now I know that the Pro Bowl doesn't really get that much publicity, and it's not really viewed as a great venue for the NFL. But what are your guys' thoughts on it, and how can the NFL make the Pro Bowl relevant again?
Well, in terms of my thoughts on it, I thought there were a couple of good, spectacular plays. In my opinion, one of the most spectacular plays was the opening play, where Deion Sanders, I believe his team came out really strong. Like, they stopped Team Rice in the beginning with, the first three opening drives. And then with just 5 minutes into the game, Sanders, had ran that flea flicker play, which, where Andrew Luck handed the ball over to Jamal Charles, who threw it back to Andrew Luck, which allowed Deshaun Jackson to, break away for the nice drive. So,
Yeah, that was a pretty amazing play. It was good coverage in the end zone too. Von Werner and T.J. Ward are right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that the game was pretty fun to watch. It was a defensive game, believe it or not. The Pro Bowl, there was 12 turnovers altogether. There were 7 turnovers by Team Rice, and there was 5 turnovers by Team Sanders. So it was a defensive Pro Bowl. So I mean, it was a pretty good game. What's your thoughts, Ian?
Well, I think that it was, for the Pro Bowl, relatively fun. I kind of liked the idea of not strictly going by conference. I mean, it was a little hard to follow, like to imagine, say, people from different conferences being on the same team in in an All-Star game. But all in all, I mean, it wasn't too bad. All right, so this was the first year that they did away with the AFC versus NFC format, and they made it where Jerry Rice and Deion Sanders were the two captains, and they did picks. And the Wednesday before the game, they picked which team, who they're going to have on their team. Do you think this is a good format for the Pro Bowl? Is it better than the conferences? Is it worse? What are your guys' thoughts?
I think it was better for the NFL to have this draft because by doing this draft, they gave the fans something to watch. Like, I watched the Pro Bowl draft. I thought it was pretty fun to watch, and I think a change was needed in order to have this happen. So I like that they changed the possession ruling at the end of each quarter. They need to score in the end zone before the end of the quarter, and the possession went back to the other team. So, I mean, I think, what team did you guys think had a better team on paper?
I don't know. Sean, you want to take? I don't know. I think that both teams were pretty evenly matched. I mean, if you look at one team, you think, oh wow, that team is loaded up with QBs. Like, let's say, look at Team Rice. You got Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and Alex Smith. That's the 3 elite level quarterbacks.
I like Team Sanders better, personally.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that having Cam Newton, Nick Foles, and Andrew Luck, I feel like that's a more useful and exciting quarterback tandem trio.
Yeah, and speedy wide receivers too. At that.
Yeah, then they had Deshaun Jackson, and they had Antonio Brown, and then they had some big backs like Des Bryant who can just go up and grab anything. So I mean, I think Team Rice had better running backs. So I mean, it was pretty balanced overall.
Yeah, I would say
it was more fair.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. So.
I think both teams were pretty evenly matched, and obviously by the score you could tell that they were pretty well matched. But now, all right, so the one major criticism of the Pro Bowl is that the players don't really go hard in the game, and like even some of the top players don't, choose to sit out. Like I think the 49ers had maybe about 8 Pro Bowl selections,
Yeah,
and
no, no.
and I don't even know if any of them played. I don't think any of them played. So how can the NFL find a way to make the Pro Bowl more exciting and make it where the players will be more inclined to play, but uh, but and make it more entertaining?
I think they need to create like the NBA does when they have NBA All-Star Weekend. They need to create like the Pro Bowl weekend or something like that.
Yeah.
When they have different skills challenge, maybe like field goals or
Yeah.
like 40-yard dashes and I don't know, like
Exactly.
running games and all different types of games they
Yeah,
can have.
yeah.
Competitions.
Yeah, all different types of competitions.
Yeah, and like say for a quarterback, they could have tires set up
Yeah.
40, 50 yards away and throw at the target, and whoever hits it advances. I think I would find that a lot more fun than watching the Pro Bowl.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Because
100%.
yeah, because I mean, in the Pro Bowl, you got the quarterback who sits back with no rush, finds an open receiver who picks up 20 yards, and then he gets run out of bounds, not even tackled. So I think that with the level of play that's in the Super Bowl, I think the skills competition in the Pro Bowl, excuse me, the skills competition would be a lot more fun.
Definitely.
Definitely.
All right, so go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, in terms of the actual Pro Bowl, in terms of players being obligated to play, my personal opinion on that is anyone, with the exception of players participating in the Super Bowl, obviously, because, that's the highest priority, and any other player suffering from a prior injury, I feel like they owe it to the fans as professional athletes to go out there and actually compete.
Yeah, there should be no excuse. Like the 49ers, 8 of them did not partake in it. That's ridiculous. They should just go out there and be an inspiration for the fans and play in this game.
Yeah, and I mean with how hard all the others how hard all the other players play in the Pro Bowl, really for football that there aren't going to be many injuries. I mean, so what's the worst that'll happen? I mean, yes, I know they could get injured, but really they chose to play the game, and they can play at such a high level that they were selected to be in the Pro Bowl. So I think definitely I agree they owe it to the fans to play. So anyway, that's gonna wrap up our football part of the day. We will be back and talking some basketball. We'll see you then.
All right, so that's 33.